Welcome yet again, Chapter 4, Marriage and Family Overview, the process of family therapy. The process of conducting family therapy is predictable across theoretical approaches. There's a theoretical commitment to working with family interactions, common concerns, the personhood of family therapist, the sense of self the therapist brings. The beneficial effects of counseling are related more to the personal characteristics of the counselor than into any theory or intervention. Major stressors for family therapy is increased depression from listening to a client family's problems, less time for one's own family or work demands, unrealistic expectations of one's own family, psychological distancing from one's own family because of professional status. Some of these things can have an increased opportunity at times to enhance the ability to solve your own problems, acceptance of one's part in contributing to family dysfunctionality, deeper appreciation of an own family, greater ability to desire to communicate more effectively. The family therapist should be a healer overall. Several problems with beginning family therapists: the overemphasis on detail, content over process, details and facts over how the information is, wanting to know the what and the why over the how. Overemphasis on making everyone happy and motivating new behaviors and thinking that everything can work out for each and every family. An overemphasis on verbal expression, the need for talk therapy and communication and verbalization. Overemphasis on coming to a too early or too easy, quick fix, solution-focused Band-Aid approach to the problems. Overemphasis of dealing with one member over the entire family. Underemphasis in establishing a structure. The battle for structure, a term from Napier and Whitaker in 1978, has to be won by the therapist. Overemphasis on professional self-disclosure. It should be written. It should also be verbally explained with an informed consent brochure that is both a written format and a verbal explanation at a language level that can be easily understood by anyone needing to find that information and to understand. There's an example of a professional disclosure statement that discusses the nature of family therapy, qualifications, the process, the length and fees, the client rights, and emergency contact. Underemphasis on showing concern and care, not wanting to care too much, not wanting to come in. The SOLER acronym, S-O-L-E-R, S for facing the family squarely, O is a reminder for an open posture, L leaning forward to show interest, E good eye contact, R for relaxation. Can be over or underdone. Underemphasis and engaging family members in the therapeutic process, where some are cut off, some are left out, some are taking too much of a time period. Underemphasis on allowing the family to work on its own problem. Again, with Napier and Whitaker, the battle for initiative. Who is going to take the initiative? Not for the family therapist to ultimately take these families home. That it remains their life, their family, their issues, their decisions, their right to autonomy. Underemphasis to attending on non-verbal family dynamics where the real communication patterns are held. In the appropriate process, pre-session planning and task. Family therapy begins at the first moment of interaction, typically when the family calls for help. To find out which family is most interested in change and most open to ongoing therapy, which member that would be. A first contact, to support the decision of the family to engage in the treatment process, to get a proper intake, to determine who is enmeshed, who is disengaged, who is committed to the process, who is less committed, what the initial session will bring and work with, to establish rapport, to join the family, a minutia. A crucial component of family therapy, to meet, greet, form a bond with family members in a relaxed, authentic way. Inquire about each member's perception of the family, a frame, a concept originated by Bateson in 1955, or perception or opinion that organizes one's interactions at any given time Certain events are more likely to occur and certain interpretations of what's going on more likely to be made. Observing the family dance, also Napier and Whitaker. The family patterns. What's the outward appearance, the cognitive function level, the repetitive non-productive sequences, the basic atmosphere or feeling or state of the family, which individual roles reinforce family resistance, what's the most prevalent family defense, what subsystems operate in this family, who carries the power, how are they differentiated, where are the subgroup boundaries, do we see enmeshment, do we see distancing, what life cycle are we in, what's the evaluator's own reaction to the family, assessing what needs to be done, where the work will happen, engendering hope for change and to overcome resistance, encouraging them, looking at identified strengths, realizing that resistance is something that's going to happen because the family homeostatic pattern resists change, getting a return appointment, giving out homework assignments so that they can be connected during the week when they're not at therapy to the therapeutic process, and keeping good documents, progress notes, recording impressions of the family immediately. Middle phase is to involve peripheral family members for collateral information, seeking to contact and link family members in an appropriate manner, establish contracts, promote quid pro quo, something for something, so that each person is having their needs met, emphasizing some change, even small change, reinforcing family members and supporting them as they try new behaviors, staying active. Therapeutic failure is passivity and inaction, reflectiveness, silence, and being aware. This is a thought process by Friedlander, Weilman, Hetherington, and Scowen. There are other therapists who think that reflective and silence and less directive approach is a very good approach. So you have to look at the theories that accompany these. Linking family with community resources, doctors, hospitals, divorce group, 12-step groups, psychologists, school system, churches, employment. Focusing on the process over contact. What is happening? Keep unbalancing, disturbing the family when it deals with difficulties or focuses on one person instead of systemic changes. Appropriate humor, not sarcasm, not things that are hurtful, and look for evidence of changes within the family. Looking toward termination. Progress in family therapy is a circular direction. Orientation. Summarization, discussion of life goals, long-term goals, and following up, knowing that it's not a closed door, but it's a revolving door, and families can come back in for help as needed. Adlerian family therapy, an appropriate process. And Adlerian is one of the oldest forms of family therapy, been here since the 20s. The background is individual psychology from Adler and Dreikers, Don Dinkmeyer. Individuals and social systems are holistic and indivisible in nature. Behavior is purposeful. It's goal-directed. It's purpose-driven. Seeking significance and belonging within a social system. Looking at family atmospheres, family roles, family birth order. The initial session on parent education and prevention, directed toward changing family interactions. The middle phase, helping family members become more aware of their behaviors and to reorient, change perceptions and belief, values and goals, changing structure, organization of the family, changing skills and social behavior through teaching, changing the way that direct and indirect power are employed in the family. Looking at power, who makes the decision, boundaries, physical and emotional closeness or distance, coalitions, two or more people join together for support, roles, behaviors assigned to us, rules, implicit, explicit, spoken or nonverbal, and patterns of communications. Going from there to termination, looking at managed health and the process of therapy, utilization review, being able to work with managed health care to get insurance companies under a capitated contract to pay for services. Also on page 108 to 109, there's also again a summary table of this chapter that will help you outline and maintain the important portions of the treatment. So that takes us through chapter 5.